Here with Lamar Daniels of the UMC football team. Lamar, just talking just about your journey here over the 5 seasons you've been a part of the program. Just kind of some ups and downs. You were a defensive player for 3 years and then spent the last 2 on the offensive side of the ball. Last year kind of had to sit out, but this year you're back at it. But different game, playing receiver rather than defensive end, what you had been 3 years. Just first off, talk about that transition and who really helped you the most make that big transition, that unconventional transition from defensive end to wide receiver.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. First, I just want to give all glory to Jesus Christ for this opportunity. Really, Coach Fritzy seen an ability that I had that was different. He always admired my athleticism. It was funny because he said that he seen me play in an intramural basketball game, and he said that this guy is not a defensive end. We need to put him at a more athletic position. And he just said from that point forward, he just believed that I had the hands and the speed and the ability to move to the wide receiver position. So it was a tough transition, really. In the offseason, I really had to work on my footwork, on my hands, on my ability to run the route, and it was just a huge communication thing in terms with the coaches and understanding what kind of player I was, but it was a great opportunity, a great blessing.
Just talk about your journey here and how you got here in the first place from Toledo, Ohio. You're the only one of the 5 fifth-year seniors that is from outside of the region, right? The Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota area. Just who originally recruited you, and talk a little bit about that journey.
Coach Knox recruited me. He actually contacted my head coach back when I actually went to high school in Michigan, but I grew up in the north side of Toledo, Ohio, a little rougher area. I moved from there to Detroit, Michigan for a year, and I moved to Redford, Michigan, which is about 5 minutes outside of Detroit. And it's from then on I was playing at Redford Thurston High School, great opportunity to play some football, playing defensive end. And later on that senior year, I ended up getting a call from Coach Knox, and my coach at the time, Coach Snell, told me about the opportunity, and I said, hey, I want to run with it. At that time, it wasn't really a lot of opportunities to play football anywhere else because I was a preferred walk-on for University of Toledo and Bowling Green. But I felt that, this is a great opportunity to be playing, in a different area, expand and grow as a man, and it's just been a great blessing.
Just talk about the time you've had here over 5 years. Obviously, Crookston different than the environment you grew up in Toledo, and then when you're in Detroit as well. Just how have you adjusted to it, and how have you just grown with the friends you've made and the opportunities you've been able to have here in Crookston?
It was rough. Growing up in Toledo, like I said before, it was a little rough. It wasn't much opportunity. My parents really worked their tail off to really provide me with the best way to stay away from the negative environment that we were surrounded around at the time. Just growing up, man, I didn't have any brothers and sisters at the time. I have a little brother. He's 6 years old, just turned 6, and so I was growing up by myself a lot. And just the sport of football really changed me as a man. I just thank Jesus for that opportunity to be able to have football and just be able to stay away from the negative environment. But then when I moved to Michigan, that's when my parents really realized how valuable it was to get me in a better schooling. You know what I mean? And once they moved me into better schooling, from there, football took off. It was to a point to where it's football at school, and, it was a positive environment. And then when I came here, it was kind of a shock, because, small town, a lot of farming and stuff like that. Stuff I didn't really know too much about. But, it also helped me come to Christ, which was a great opportunity as well because it changed my life in and out. And, it was just a great opportunity to come out here and just learn so much more and just breaking different color barriers, which is a huge thing as well because back home all I understood was race issues and stuff like that, and it was just great to feel accepted and loved by other races and cultures. So Christian definitely grew me as a man, and I'm very thankful.
Obviously the season hasn't gone the way that you guys wish. Came close last week. You got two left at home. Just talk about how big it is for you guys, especially you 15 seniors, to go out there these last two games against Minot and Moorhead and, give it all you got and get those wins.
Yeah, it's very crucial. It's very emotional as well because a lot of these guys that are here as those seniors who really were throughout this course of this program over the past 4 or 5 years, we've been through a lot. Yep. We've seen a lot of different coaching. We've seen a lot of different players come in and out. It's almost to a point where it's been more than 150 players. So it's been real rough. But for these last two games, we're going to give everything we got. Blood, sweat, and tears. No matter the outcome of win or loss, this is going to be the last two games that we have together in order to fight in war. So it's a great opportunity for us, and I think that we're going to band together as brothers even more as a team, and it's going to build a natural chemistry, and it'll actually help the program even more for next year. And the red shirts and all the younger guys, they get to see that bond of 5 years and what it's like. So these two games also could really change the course of this program. So we're looking forward to it.
There's been 5 of you that have been here 5 years and have been through a lot. And then you've got the 4-year guys, too. You said you've been through a lot. Just talk about that 5-year group especially. You guys have been through, a lot of defensive coordinators, lots of offensive coordinators, lots of position coaches, and a couple coaches as well, head coaches. Just how have you guys banded together through it all to stick it out and be – 5th-year seniors?
It really took. It's really those little moments off the field that really kept us together. That spending time with each other, playing video games, or just the little things that really kept us together in chemistry as brothers. To really say, hey, we're going through a rough situation. We're going through a program to where only the strong survive. Only the strong can survive these type of seasons that we've been through, and it's just really crucial that we stayed together how we did. If we didn't value each other's time and go out to eat together, go, have fun together, get to know each other's families, that really played a huge part in keeping us together. So, just that brotherhood, that chemistry.
What will be going through your head against Moorhead last time you take the field at Edward Seth? Yeah.
It'll be very emotional. It'll be very emotional, man. I don't even want to think about it because, playing those last, 60 or whatnot snaps, it'll be very emotional, but that'll definitely be also a joyful time as well, just to say, hey, we contemplated as younger guys whether or not we'd be able to make it, but, we made it, and just thank Jesus for the opportunity, and it'll definitely be emotional.
You just kind of mentioned it. Not many people get the opportunity to play college football, especially Division I, Division II college football, Division II in this case. A lot of people obviously want to go on to the pros and go on to even more of a future. But just how much is it just to be able to get here?
Yes.
To be able to have this opportunity that so many people through high school wanted this opportunity and didn't get it, and you guys have this opportunity to be Division II college football athletes.
Yes, it's humbling. In my opinion, it's humbling because I know a lot of guys who wanted to play football, couldn't do it, and they had better ability than I did, but for whatever reason, they had some things negatively that were, stopping them from doing what they wanted to do. For some guys, it just wasn't their path, but it's just a very humbling experience to know that somebody values the gifts that you have athletically and as a man as well. One big thing that they recruit off of is not just how good you can play, but how can you conduct yourself off the field? Are you a man off of the field? So I just feel it's a humbling experience. I'm just very thankful. And I think the biggest thing is just to inspire these other young guys coming in and who are already here to just, take this opportunity. It may not be D1, 2, 3 in the AIA. It doesn't matter. You were chosen to be a part of a foundation that's bigger than you.
Yep.
So.
What are your plans after you're done here?
I have a lot of plans. You know what I mean? I'm really going to focus on what Jesus Christ wants me to do. That's number one. Number two, of course, I would love to pursue football, but for right now, just stay focused on my degree, stay focused on embracing the now, and just let the chips fall as they may.
Awesome. Thanks, Lamar.